Okay, everybody, great job. So our assignment was to collaborate together as a group on a short story, okay? One group was responsible for developing the setting and making sure we had a lot of good details to help establish the setting. The second group was responsible for developing the character or the characters in the story and making sure that they were distinct and that they had a strong want in the story, okay? Great job. I know this was challenging because we collaborated together on a story and we only had about 20 minutes to do it, but I think y'all did a great job and I'm excited to read this. Okay, so I have the story here in the Google Doc that we used. I'm going to read it out loud and then let's talk about the details in the setting and the details in the characters that stood out, okay? Okay, it was a cold, rainy afternoon in San Francisco. Kathleen walked briskly through Golden Gate Park with a blue umbrella over her head. She was a tall woman, over 6 feet, and carried herself with confidence. She rounded a corner and saw the man sitting on a green bench with legs crossed. He was wearing a smart blue suit and reading a copy of the Wall Street Journal. "Do you have it?" she asked. The man quickly folded the paper and set it down on the bench. "Yes," he said. Kathleen looked at the man. He was much older than she, with a thick, bushy beard. He looked briefly across the park with a scowl, but then turned to her with a smile and handed her the baguette. "This is the best baguette in San Francisco?" she asked. A small cloud of steam floated off of the bread into the air. "Yes," the man said. "Trust me. Try it and meet me here same time next week to tell me what you think." The rain began to fall harder. Kathleen thanked the man briskly and picked up the bread. She returned to her small apartment a few blocks away. It was now pouring rain, and she shook her umbrella into a small tin bin on the floor. She placed the bread on the kitchen counter, cut a small piece, and tasted the best bread she had ever had. A smile crept across her face. A week later, she found the man sitting on the same green bench as promised. This time, he was reading a different newspaper, the San Francisco Chronicle. "Is it the best bread in San Francisco?" He asked. "Yes," she said with a smile. She pointed to his newspaper. "And next week, everyone will be reading about it right in there." "As they should," the man said with a smile. Okay, great job, really great. This is a really fun story, and it's really cool how this all came together in just 20 minutes, working together. Really awesome. Let's talk about what details stand out in terms of the setting. What's something that stands out right away? Yeah. Cold, rainy morning in San Francisco. Really good. And we say that right off the bat at the start. So right off the bat, we know what the weather's like. We know where we are. Really good stuff. Okay, what else? I have some things highlighted here too, okay? The character of Kathleen. How is she described? Yeah. Tall. I think we even have the detail of over 6 feet or close to 6 feet. Really good. Confident. And she's walking briskly with a blue umbrella. Really beautiful. Great details. I can just see that vividly in my mind, okay? Okay, what other details stand out as the story continues? Yeah, So she meets with this old man. He's got a bushy beard. What else? Yeah. He's sitting cross-legged on a bench. On a green bench. Great detail. Again, if you just say bench, that's fine, right? But those little details really help the story stand out. What's the newspaper that he's reading? Wall Street Journal. Same thing. You could just say he's reading a newspaper, but why not say specifically what he's reading? Great. Okay. Yeah, really good details. Let's see a couple other things that I have highlighted here. Okay, how about Kathleen's apartment after she takes the bread home? Yep, small apartment. Nice detail. I can see this character in her apartment eating this baguette. Okay, great. The characters. Let's talk about these characters. Kathleen. What does Kathleen want in this story? Is there something that she wants? Yeah. She wants to taste the bread. Yeah, really cool. Really cool story because there's a bit of a mystery to it, right? In the beginning, we don't know why she's meeting this man. Why is she meeting this man sort of in secret on a bench and there's a newspaper? Is it a spy story? No, it ends up being because she wants to taste this bread. What, taste the bread. And why? Why does she want to taste the bread? We basically find out at the end, right? When she points to the newspaper and says, everybody's going to be reading about it in here. Meaning, yeah, she is a food reviewer or a food critic. Really cool. What does the man want? The man with the bushy beard. Does he want something? What's his want in this story? Yeah, he wants her to taste the bread. Beyond that, what does he want though? Yeah, he wants a good review. The man wants a good review for the bread. And he wants recognition. Really good. So both of these characters have strong wants. And they pursue these wants very quickly. Again, this is a short one-page story. And in 20 minutes, we have two characters that really care about something important and go after these wants, okay? Okay, really great job. So we had our group develop the setting and our group develop the characters. Both groups were responsible for thinking about the beginning and the middle and the end of the story, and we had that pretty clearly, right? It begins with Kathleen arriving in the park. The middle is the conversation with the man with the bushy beard about the bread. And then in the end, she returns and says, I tasted it. You're going to get a great review. Okay? Great stuff. Any questions? Okay, really strong. So we're going to take the draft that we have in our Google Doc. I'm going to upload it to the student blog. And then for homework, we're going to continue to work together to develop this story. Same deal. One group's going to be responsible for developing the setting. One group's going to be responsible for developing the characters. And we're going to see what happens in part 2 of this story. Okay? Okay, great job.